All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about music related stuff, but also politics and faith and how you can use music to pay tribute to people who have done great things. And we'll be talking about the Dukes of Hazzard as well, which was one of my favorite TV shows as a teenager. All of that in one exciting video right here, in real time for some real people just like you there and like me. All right. So, John Schneider, who played Bo Duke, one of my favorite characters, Bo Duke, Luke Duke. The Dukes of Hazzard. All right. I was a teenager when the show was on the air. So, the show had everything a teenage boy could want: fast cars. All right. Car chases, which were insane. Um, a corrupt sheriff, a corrupt mayor, Daisy Duke. Actually, I should have put her like more toward the front there of the list. Um, and a great car known as the General Lee, which I guess is a very politically incorrect car these days because it has that flag on it. I'm not going to get into that. No, I'm not. That would be another video to do. But hey, there were a lot of bands, a lot of country bands. Confederate Railroad, they embraced it. Alabama embraced the flag. I was surprised because I was thinking they were going to have to change album covers. I know Confederate Railroad, which is a country band that started in the early 90s, late 80s, they took a lot of flack for embracing the Confederate flag. So, not easy if you're a Southerner these days to just like the South and be proud and maybe put a flag on your property. I guess if it's private property, you can do it, but you can't really do it on public property, which I guess, you know, it's kind of a weird thing for. I didn't grow up in the South, so if I did, I think I'd be a little more ticked off about that. And it's not because I'm a racist, okay? That's not the issue. I just think it's a cool flag. That's pretty much it. It's a cool flag, like uh the UK flag. What do they call that thing? The Union Jack. I like that too. It's just you can't like things anymore. Anyway, let me get to John Schneider. He's a cool dude, right? I don't know if he still does his rants on YouTube, but he would do these common sense rants that I would listen to. Very well spoken, very intelligent man. He's now 65 years old. He looks good for his age. He looks like a grizzled country guy, which I like. I think that's cool. He's got this new song out. It's called Charlie's Words. And he says he hopes the song for Charlie Kirk is more like a battle cry. During an interview, Schneider, who has pledged to donate the proceeds from the song to Turning Point USA, reflected on whether Charlie's Words was intended as a call to action or something else. He says, I think we've already been called to action. I think this song is certainly a tribute to a wonderful guy. It's a song for those who've already been called to action, so now it's kind of like a battle cry. I liked John Schneider already, and now I like him even more. By the way, for those of you who aren't familiar with John's other music, I mean, he was kind of a big deal. I think into the early 90s, he was on country radio stations with singles and putting out albums. So it's not like he just took up singing yesterday. I like what he's got to say, though, here. He says, I'm a Christian who drinks bourbon. So what do I know? Schneider joked. I like him even more now. But I'm hoping that this will let people realize that they can make a difference. They can make a difference today in their household. They can make a difference in their town, on their street, in their state, and we really must make a difference. Schneider shared his view that the country is at a crucial moment, saying that he believes the political world has tilted over onto the side of sanity and of common sense. I would have to agree with John, but I'd also say that it's like driving a car. Someone could grab that steering wheel and jerk the car into a ditch. So we've got to be vigilant to not let that happen. Remember, that's why I am the charter member of the normal party. Okay. And people say, well, normal means MAGA. No, normal just means normal. I'm for normal things, normal biology, normal taxation, normal conversations between normal people. I am Mr. Normal. Okay. I should have, instead of harmless Dave, I should have been Mr. Normal. But John goes on here, says there's a tendency with folks like us to get comfortable. We must not get comfortable with the position that we're in now, and we fought and kicked and clawed to get to, and Charlie gave his life for. That's very true. He said, keep the ball. Let's keep going. Let's not be like the Dallas Cowboys. No, he didn't say that. Let's make it better for our kids to go to school. Let's make it for our elderly in their twilight years. That's a really good point. Hey, maybe let's not give them any experimental medical products to take in their twilight years. Maybe we could do that. Let's make it better. Let's make it great. So he's doing a little Trump thing there at the end. That's fine. It's fine. I want people to make it more about Jesus and us than about one political leader and one slogan. I mean, those things are okay, and it gets you somewhere, but it doesn't get you all the way there. What I mean by that is we need to make Christianity great again. We need to make the gospel great again and clarify the message so more people are following Jesus. I mean, that's what Charlie Kirk died for, more than anything else. So, people, by the way, in the time of Jesus, people were looking for a political solution to problems, and Jesus is like, no, but I've got a better thing here. I've got a solution to your sin. I've got a solution to your death. I've got bigger things to do here and to give. And he did. And thus, I think if anything is learned through this whole ordeal about Charlie Kirk, is his focus was on Christ and about eternity more than the things on this earth. Although we do need to be able to live a decent, normal life. And that's why I use the word normal. Whereas people are constantly talking weird and abnormal, and they're pulling that Overton window in just, it's like in a place right now. I mean, I just want to bring it back to somewhere where it's normal. And I guess people don't want normal, and that's, to me, very strange. So anyway, the new John Schneider, it's good stuff. I would go listen to it. It's called Charlie's Words. I'll put a link in the description of this video. I promise. I'll do it. I really will. And yes, all the proceeds from that song go to Turning Point USA. So stream it, buy it, love it, endorse it, give John Schneider a high five. And I can just hear the horn from the General Lee blowing as they're going over another cliff and destroying another car. I don't know how many cars they ruined in that series, but it had to be hundreds probably. I mean, Chrysler was probably really happy, right? Because they just kept making cars for these guys and they just kept driving them over cliffs. So anyway, God bless everyone. God bless all the people who are pursuing a normal life in a normal world. But we all still need Christ, no matter what. No matter how normal we think we are, we're really not so normal. We need help, and that help is found only in Jesus.